for staying with us. It's still the AM show on the Joy News channel. With me in the studio this morning is the man of the moment. Can I hear some more?
What? How did I become the man of the moment?
Benjamin Akakpo.
Here's what I noticed. We're sort of blending colors today.
I think it's just something that...
There's something. Viewers, we never plan anything. But if you look at my shade and my...
I see what you mean.
Yeah, my navy blue pants. And the background is awesome. Shouts to our director, Yao Forsen, for making it happen all the time. But
you don't think you're man of the moment?
Man of the moment, Sese.
We are man of the moment.
Nah. You know, I like to stay away from the limelight. You don't know that about me, eh?
You're on television.
I like to be in the background.
You're
Unfortunately...
a host, for God's sakes, Benjamin. So,
anyway.
Is that a power bank from yesterday?
Relax. I told you I had a song for you. Do you want to hear the song? Mm-hmm. I'll do it after bringing in Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Okay. Anyway, they help us bring you this news review segment every weekday morning. And today is none different. They're offering you prostate screening for free if you're a man, fertility screening for free if you're a woman. Just reach out to them at any of their branches. Let's start with Accra, Spintex opposite the Shell signboard, Kumasi, Kronum Abuehia behind the Angel Educational Complex. There's Takrady and Naji State, Tema Community 22, Techim and Hanswa, and Esiamanzuma. Their call lines, two of them, 0244 867 068 or 0274 234 321. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic.
The end to chronic disease.
You know that Shatawale song?
Okay, here we go.
My Level.
Here we go, guys.
You know that song? You know the chorus?
I know my level.
I know my level.
Okay.
No, my level.
Okay.
Maybe last night I no get light, but tonight I go get light.
Them say do you.
Some work for my house.
But
ECG won't worry me. I go show all of them tragedy. Cause no be today, doom so start to. So if I sing my song, if I sing I'm for long, cause you don't know when ECG will come to you for a light, oh. So if you see me today, I know my level. I know my level.
Did you rehearse
that?
My
level. If you see me with my power bank today, I know my level. I know my level.
Listen, I don't want to be too excited so that they take my light away tonight. I need it.
So someone actually sent me 2 power banks from the States. I told you the other day.
Yeah, yesterday you mentioned.
Got someone coming. And I've given one out because sharing is caring.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing? Yesterday, I got home in the evening, having my bath, and then feel. You know, I've told you that I can't do heat. So when the light goes off, I must necessarily go, if I've already had a shower, go and pour water on. So I just smiled because I was already in there. Charlie, I did it. I heard people, they were watching the Champions League, shouting, oh. I was like, me, I don't get that kind of wahala. Had my bath, went to sleep.
And here you are this morning.
I'm here this morning. We have to do magic to ensure that maybe this, you don't need too much ironing.
Because you're bashing them too much.
What?
You're bashing ECG, you're bashing the minister.
No.
So they've targeted...
Actually, on the contrary...
I'm just messing around.
No. On the contrary, I'm going to advise people for their sanity, their health, don't worry about ECG. You know, people are like, oh, but I've prepaid. I've paid you for the service in advance. So you must give me... who BPO? High blood pressure. Relax. Yesterday, they did it to me. I kept quiet, had my bath. I listened to some music on my phone with the battery power that was left. And I used my power bank, got some juice, and then, so ECG, forgive them. They know not what they say. Forgive them.
But joining us this morning to get into the stories from the newspaper, in a bit, we'll be joined by Kojo Poku, energy analyst. Maybe he can shed some light on...
I hope he heard the song.
The status of this... Yeah.
I hope he heard the song, especially because of where he is. If he didn't, I'll give him an encore. I'll repeat the song. But anyway, let's quickly make tracks until he joins us. Kojo Poku is an energy analyst. Let's start with the papers we have. You have the Daily Graphic news.
I have the Daily Graphic. On the front page, of course, as expected, the legal challenge to LGBTQ plus bill. Supreme Court demands fresh documents. So... we'll get into that story later. I just want to do the headlines on the front page. Repose confidence in EC. Commission response to registration slip errors. Climate change, Galamsey remain greatest threat to cocoa production. 24-hour economy key to unlocking employment opportunities, according to Professor Jainana Opoku-Agyeman. Now let's do the Supreme Court story first. It reads, the Supreme Court yesterday directed parties involved in the challenge of the constitutionality of the Human and Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, commonly referred to as the anti-LGBTQ bill, to refile fresh documents. So the Apex Court consequently adjourned the cases indefinitely. The cases, which were called separately, were filed by broadcaster and lawyer Richard Sky and a human rights activist, Dr. Amanda Odoy. Now, the business of the day was to deal with the fundamental issues standing in the way of the substantive suits. But before we even react to these stories, I want to welcome aboard Kojo Poku, energy analyst and chairman of the Manifesto Committee on Energy. Welcome aboard the AM show.
Hi, good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Benjamin had a song this morning. I don't know if you heard him sing it.
No, I've not. I would love to hear Ben sing. Ben, any vocal a cappella for Kojo?
Are you sure you want the song?
Yes, definitely, Ben. You know, you and me, from you, I welcome it. Most definitely. Just make
all right.
Sure
since you asked for an encore, I guess I'm going to have to do this.
Yeah.
Are you going to give me backup?
Yes.
Okay.
I got you. Let's go. Let's do this.
Maybe last night I no get light, but tonight I go get light. Because I get some work to do for my house, so. But I say, ECG, won't worry me. I go show all of them tragedy. No be today, doom so start to. So if I sing my song, I go sing them for long.
Hey.
Because you never know when ECG will come to you for your light, oh.
So if you see the power bank today,
I know my level. I know my level. Oh, my level. If you see me with my power bank today, I know my level.
Yeah.
I accept. I know my level.
Ben, you know what?
Oh, my level. Welcome aboard, Kojo.
We should definitely get you to do a campaign song for Dr. Baumia.
What?
Yeah, we should get Ben to do a campaign song for Dr. Baumia. Because look, I never knew you are such talent. You have such a talent. You are so talented. Ben, why are you in the studio? Let's go to the music studio.
I should be singing, yeah?
I was hoping you would go past his musical prowess and get to the content of the song,
Oh, but allow him to enjoy the musical prowess before he gets to the song.
The content of the song, I don't know the problems he has. I don't know where he lives. I don't know what problems he has in his area. How can I go towards that? All I know is that Ben is gifted. I want him to do a campaign song for Dr. Baumia.
Right.
Thank you, Kojo. That was just on the lighter side, though.
We'll put a pin in that.
It's nice to see you guys. How are you doing?
We are okay. You're looking colorful as always. Good to have you.
Hi, thank you very much. Anything for Ben, me and you, we go way back, so why not?
Definitely. We usually give about a minute or two, so let's do 1 minute. Any matter that's burning on your chest, the burning issue, then Sweetie will delve straight into the papers.
Well, I think it's the ongoing registration, the voter registration. EC is not doing well. There's been network challenges all across the country, and I think it's really disheartening. Some of these young ones are very enthused to get on the register to do what we've called the Aseda Abba in December 7th to basically thank the good NDC MPP government for the free SHS, and all these kids are very enthused. And they go to the centers and they can register 2 days in a row. Some have to go and come back home without being able to register. Areas that can do as much as 300 registration a day is doing like 84 or 100. So I think we plead with the EC to be up and going. Yesterday, they issued a directive that the centers can do offline. We hope that goes well today, so we want to monitor and plead with the EC to get this thing sorted.
Right. So,
well, at least yesterday, just a few hiccups here and there, still a few things to deal with. But I think gradually the process will become better.
Right.
All we want is for everyone who qualifies to be registered to have the opportunity of doing so. If you qualify and you don't go and get registered, that's a different matter. But if you go and you can't get registered or there are too many delays, and sometimes we take some things for granted. For some people, they have to trek. I know constituencies where it's a very sparse settling. So you have one settlement here. The next settlement is very far. And sometimes where the registration center in between, you either have to walk a number of kilometers or you have to board a car. And, for some people, we take these things for granted.
It's being done, Ben, it's being done at the district office. So everybody has to go to the district office.
You're not getting me. Even the district office, some people, when you look at the proximity, I've engaged some constituents and even MPs, the distance, it's not exactly friendly. So I'm saying if the person does come after all the effort and then can't get registered, you know what that means. So I'm just hoping that things get better.
And that is the problem. And it would basically make some of these people lose the enthusiasm that they have. So look, what I'm pleading is that in their letter yesterday, they made mention that they will make sure everybody is registered, even if it means extending the 27th deadline, which I think is what they should do. Because after all, the registration is an ongoing
but is it
process.
not too early to call for an extension when we don't even know the numbers?
No, I'm just saying. No, but hold on. Let me give you an example, okay? There are certain areas that we know can register, let's say 4,000, 5,000, based on last year's limited registration. And we know the numbers that they did last year in the limited registration. So as at now, you see, bear in mind, for you to be able to do a certain amount, there's only 21 days. So you divide the number of people you register a day by the number of people that you think are in your constituency that you can register. If you can do, let's say, 600 in 2 days, and you've only done, let's say, 160, clearly there is an immediate backlog, which means that of all the rest of the day, either EC brings in more kits for you to basically do those ones that couldn't do the first 2 days, or have to extend it. Yeah. It's that simple mathematics.
Anyway, we just hope for the best, because any extensions would also mean cost and everything in between. But let's get into the papers.
So the first story, because you joined us a bit late, I'll do that again. The legal challenge to the LGBTQ bill and the Supreme Court demanding fresh documents. So yesterday, the Supreme Court involved in the challenge of the constitutionality of the Human and Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, commonly known as the Anti-LGBTQ Plus Bill. Asked for the documents to be refiled. So the Apex Court consequently adjourned the cases indefinitely. The cases, which were called separately, were filed by broadcaster and lawyer Richard Sky and a human rights activist, Dr. Amanda Odoi. So the business of the day was to deal with fundamental issues standing in the way of the substantive suits, but that's not been concluded as at yesterday. I'll add one more story and then I'll come to you for your reactions. Cocoa Board intensifies crackdown on cocoa smuggling syndicates. That story is on page 31 of the Daily Graphic newspaper. The war against illicit activities of cocoa smuggling syndicates, which was launched by Ghana Cocoa Board with support from the state security agencies, continues to yield positive results. Few days after the Krobo Dumasi Circuit Court in the Eastern region sentenced a man to 7 years in prison for attempting to smuggle bags of cocoa beans from Ghana into neighboring Togo. The court has once again handed 7-year jail term to another suspect, a 38-year-old electrician, for similar offences. The suspect, Kingsley Koto, an electrician, together with Eric Wabna Daku, a driver aged 41, were arrested at Mamewata community near Japong by personnel of the Anti-Cocoa Smuggling Task Force. These two stories for your quick reactions.
Well, I'll just start with the LGBTQ plus bill in Parliament. I think, in the Supreme Court. We all hope that the Supreme Court listens to it and give us the judgment so we can basically move on with our lives. We all know the cultural and the religious values of this country. And some of us and most people have stated their position on the LGBTQ. If the Supreme Court deems it fit that it should become law, why not? But we all have subscribed ourselves to rule of law. So let's wait and see what the Supreme Court will come up with. Cocoa smuggling is a bad thing. It's affecting this country so badly. Last year, this season that we are in, actually, the 2023-2024 season, we didn't have a lot of cocoa because most of them were being smuggled across borders to either the neighboring Ivory Coast or Togo. it's a very anti-patriotic thing to do when you are having to now basically seek self-interest and actually go for the national interest. And I think it's about time we keep giving these punitive actions to deter people from basically seeking all these, what I call rent seeking. Why would you want to take cocoa from Ghana to Togo when you can easily sell it and then get the required amount? The government has increased the value based on the world market prices that's being based. Now you are getting more for your cocoa beans that you were getting before. So I don't really know what the motives are, but it's good that we are giving punitive actions for some of these things.
Right. Benjamin, any quick thoughts before I do one last story?
I think it's all been said between the two of you.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. BEC candidates to write 3 new subjects. So final year junior high school students in the country will be writing 3 new subjects in this year's BECE. The new subjects are career technology, creative arts and design, and Arabic. The career technology and creative arts design are called from previous basic design and technology and will be written by all candidates, the West African Examination Council has said. How does that sit with you? I mean, from pre-book,
did you say Arabic? Did you say Arabic?
Yeah, Arabic. So Arabic and career technology and design. Are
they options or everybody have to write Arabic?
Everyone.
You have an option of two.
Everyone.
Why Arabic? Why Arabic?
I think that's a question for WAEC and Ghana Education Service.
Are you asking, Kojo, for the reason because you want to find out why we're heading towards that trajectory, or is it about the usefulness? Because as someone who studied languages and is fluent in a number of them, I actually wish at the time I was studying political science, French and Spanish, I could have added Arabic. But let's find out why. Arabic
will be optional for candidates in Islamic basic schools. Only that, but the others
exactly. So it's good we clarify that. Arabic cannot be a compulsory subject. It's optional. Yes, so if you want to do Arabic, then that's fine. Ben would have done Arabic if he had a choice. I would have done Latin if I had a choice. When I went to Pokuwari, the year I entered, they have stopped Latin the year before, which for me was
you missed that.
I mean, because I could have now me and you would have engaged in some Latin words by now. But hey, it's good that WAEC is introducing. I know some schools are doing Mandarin and all these things. It's good to have a second language. But I think that since we have neighboring countries that are all speaking French, I don't know why we stop pushing the French and the Chi. You know, it's becoming so obvious that now you walk into most households and the kids in that household cannot speak Chi. It's crazy, right?
Why not say and the kids in that household cannot speak their local language because it is ever. People don't now a lot of the young people don't speak it.
So
it could be Chi, it could be Nzema, it could be a Hunter.
Cannot speak the local. Ben, I'm an Ashanti. Don't blame me for the bias, please. People in the local people in the household cannot speak their mother tongue. Let me use that. Okay, cannot speak their mother tongue, which for me is amazing because I met a very prominent Chi presenter with his son in the mall. The son can speak Chi. And I'm like, my brother, you are on TV talking Chi, every day interrogating people. Your son cannot speak the language you used to work every day. He says, the wife doesn't speak Chi to them at home.
I think it's because the language we write and, the language we communicate in is English. So they want to give them that as a strong foundation so that they're not struggling with the language when they have to read, write, communicate in the language.
It's deteriorating our local dialects. It's deteriorating our local dialects.
But you know,
most of these young ones can't speak local dialects,
unless
which is a problem.
we nationalize our local dialects, I think that...
Well, the Speaker of Parliament at a point was talking about even using the local language in Parliament. But this is what I'm going to say. When you have children who are adept at using their local language, it is very easy for them to learn English and French and other languages. Part of why people struggle with those languages is because they are not so comfortable with their local languages. It's been proven scientifically. So if you know whether it is Chi, Nzema, Ahanta, and you know what this is, you know that yellow is Akukosradie, you know that green is a habambunu or something of the sort, then it is easier for you to translate Akukosradie to yellow and all of that. But once you don't have that basis and you're going straight into someone's language, that's why we have our weaknesses when it comes to studying those languages. And, well, it will continue because it doesn't look like we are going to do anything about it anytime soon.
Anyway.
Oh, well, very sad.
Yeah.
Benjamin, what papers do you have?
I have the Daily Guide newspaper. I have the New Finder newspaper as well. So Freddie Blake extols Otumfuo. Have you followed the story of how Otumfuo met his wife?
Yes. And an EcoBank, something she gave
legal.
Banks,
she was head of legal.
And then she was summoned for a dinner later that evening.
Brah.
Yeah, later she found out that she was auditioning for the role. I like how she worded it, it was beautifully read.
Auditioning. Yeah. But it was a lovely story, You never know where you'll find love. Anyway, so there's also no cause for alarm. EC Mahama fires back at Nana. SC adjourns anti-gay bill indefinitely. 3 arrested at voter registration center. Yesterday the Daily Guide captured the story. Mahama will destroy my legacy or something. That was Nanado. So I don't know whether this firing back is Mahama.
It was on his
that.
Twitter actually.
Yeah, I saw that post. But let's quickly get into it. Starting from page 3. Supreme Court adjourns anti-gay bill indefinitely. You've already delved into that, so I'll avoid that. AstraZeneca withdraws COVID-19 vaccine, and the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, widely used in saving lives during the pandemic, is being recalled. According to the manufacturers, the withdrawal of the vaccine was a commercial decision, expressing how incredibly proud it was of the COVID-19 vaccine. AstraZeneca said its vaccine was estimated to have saved millions of lives during the pandemic. Then,
Did you
Mahama?
take AstraZeneca?
I think I took 1 dose of AstraZeneca, and I think I took another dose of Moderna, and then I took about 4 jabs. So the regular 2 plus 2 booster shots, because at a point...
And these commercial reasons, how does it sit with you?
Commercial reasons. But they are saying commercial reasons.
What if it's side effects that are, starting to come to light? And
one thing I know, pharmaceutical, and I'm not pinning anything on AstraZeneca or the Oxford group, but I'm saying that pharmaceutical entities usually there are things that have happened and it's only decades later that people found stuff and complications ended up in court. So I don't know, but they are saying it is commercial reasons. For now, we'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Flag bearer of the opposition NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has responded to President Akufo-Addo's recent remarks, urging Ghanaians not to vote for him since this will truncate the flow and natural progression of the country. According to the president, voting back Mr. Mahama will damage the gains made during his tenure, asserting that the ex-president will only run down the country. But the former president responded at a rally in Dobore in the eastern region. He said, "This is our election year and the limited registration has started. Anybody who hasn't registered and is eligible should go and register." He also said, "When the time is up for the voting, our job is simple. The person I defeated and my work since I took over seems not to please..." Okay, so that is the president. "Since I took over seems not to please him. I cannot hand over power to such a person. He will destroy whatever we have done when he comes." So that's the president. But in response, Mr. Mahama says, let me just get to the quote so I don't. He says, "Of course, I will not protect your legacy of corruption, misgovernance, arrogance, ineptitude, bankrupt economy, increased unemployment, and pushing more of our people into the poverty bracket," he posted on social media. And under that post, when the president said what he did, I heard people asking him, but, back then when you took over, he was supposed to be like Mike Tyson, I'm using this word, baddest person on the planet, baddest person in Ghana. But he handed over to you. You had criticized him ad nauseum, but he handed over to you. Quick thoughts on that, Kojo Poku?
Well, I don't think everybody's talking about handing over. I think Ghana, we've gone past that issue of will somebody hand over. What the president is talking about is the utterances of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He's been using the word reset, which is really giving a lot of people pause. And I think that Ghanaians should pay attention to some of these words that His Excellency John Dramani is using. Reset means a lot. And for me, I think we should interrogate what
does it mean to
reset.
you? What does it mean to you?
Well, it means that government is continuous. We can't take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. When you come and your predecessor has done something, why do you reset? You basically review, yes, but reset for me is crazy because it means that
you've not answered my question. What does a reset mean for you?
It means scratching everything off and starting from scratch, which is a problem because he only has 4 years. How do you come in and what your predecessors have done, you're going to basically scrap it and start from scratch? That's what reset means.
Do you realize that there are many meanings that could be read from reset? You remind me of Donald Trump. Relax. Let's have a conversation. Donald Trump, when he said he was going to drain the swamp and all of that, what did he mean? He said corruption. No, I'm just trying to make a point. Relax. Let me make my point, then you come in.
Okay.
Corruption and institutionalization and other things. He was going to change that. In fact, he tried in a way to do that. But of course, the Constitution and other things will still hold you in check. Resetting doesn't mean starting everything from scratch. That's not the only meaning.
Ben,
it could mean that in some instances as well, you would do things differently, doesn't it?
I just want to also chip in that you said he only has...
No, I am not. We are talking, this is semantics. And we are talking of a word. So I don't get...
It's time, hold on. This is his post. He says that it's time to reset Ghana. He never said reset some things. He said reset Ghana. Anybody who reads that should have pause. Because straight away, what it means is that he wants to stop, scratch, and start afresh.
Do you get that same pulse when... Hold on. Do you get that same pulse or the pause you are speaking of when you hear Mr. President say, I can't hand over to the former president. The only person I can hand over to is Dr. Bawumia. Do you get that same pause when you hear that? Do you get that same pause? Does it worry you?
Again, Ben, if you put it like that, then your word...
that one there, if you put it like that...
Hold on. But hold on, Ben. We are using words. You can go into the dictionary right now and tell me what reset means. Reset means to scrap and scratch and start afresh. That's what reset is. If you reset your phone right now, what happens? Everything goes to factory settings. So when somebody's telling me to reset, what are we yesterday? Look, I did a small piece, and other people brought on other dimensions that look, you don't even look at him scrapping the free senior high school. There are other motives that probably is hidden that we don't know. But for me, when somebody says that I'm going to reset, then if I'm president, I'll say that, look, I will not want this guy to succeed me because he will come and scrap everything that I have done. Basically, scrap my legacy.
All right. I guess that's your whole understanding of it. We can't begrudge you for making that your understanding.
Not at all. Since you asked me what it means, that's my
Exactly. And that's why no one will, contest you on that. And
again, let's talk about the beautiful birthday celebration of our great king, basically coinciding with 25 years of the king on the throne. Beautiful story shared by the lovely Lady Julia. I think from time to time, Joy FM will host a program where people like you, Ben, will come and tell us how you met your lovely wife. And we can all basically see the joy in some of these things.
I hear you. I will not go down that rabbit hole that you have. You have a lot of, but we are friends, so we do mischief to each other, so it's fine. No cause for alarm, that's according to the EC. 3 arrested at voter registration center, and then Freddie Blay extols Otumfuo. We've already spoken about that. Very quickly with the New Finder newspaper. President declines request for full KPMG report on SML or GRA contract. Okay. Domahene eulogizes Bawumia's humility campaign without insults. GRA bags $508 million from pilot phase of EVAT and invoicing. And Supreme Court directs plaintiff in LGBTQ plus bill suit to file fresh motion. I just have a question for you, Kojopoku. Do you have any valid reason why you think, for some reason, the media, ordinary Ghanaians, those concerned about deals in government and the optics of certain things, can't have the KPMG report on SML, which was procured through taxpayers' money? Can you give us any reason?
Let's deal with it. Ghana is a country of law, not a country of commentary. When you go to the presidency based on a law, so you apply to the presidency for the KPMG report on the right to information bill. Then the presidency takes the law, the bill on which you stood to come and request, and then now cite a part of that same law that says that there is a law that says that there's a portion that says the presidency, if there's a document that forms part of an opinion, deliberation, is exempt to the law with which you have brought. That's the position of a legal position from the presidency. It doesn't mean it ends there. There is that's why the commission was set up, to arbiter.
So now, I hear you about to talk about RTI. You can't release the report. We must go through RTI and face the same frustrations that everybody has faced.
It was RTI that...
Hold on. The request was based on RTI.
Yeah.
Yes, I get that. But I'm saying that you're going back to it almost as though... What again?
If you go down that route, please, let me learn. If you go down that route, then be prepared to do the full haul of the route. If I wrote a simple letter, Mr. President, based on your conscience, can you please give me a copy of the KPMG report? And he says no. That's a different matter. But you went on law. You stood on a law to apply for the report. And they have replied you based on the law.
Kojo, why should this even become a tussle? Why should it even become a tussle? Why would the presidency not put it out?
The president is president. The law gives him certain rights and certain things that he can do.
Is it because the presidency has something to hide?
Well, I don't know what the presidency have to hide. All I'm saying to you is that we are a country of law, not a country of commentary.
All right.
If you go to the presidency to ask for a document based on law,
right,
and the law tells the person that you are not allowed to do that, you have the full haul. There are other steps. You have to go to the commission, let the commission arbiter. If you are not happy, take it to the Supreme Court.
All right. Kojo, let me do this before you wrap. So you said the word reset, right? And I was telling you that there are more meanings to it. The Cambridge Dictionary says, reset, to turn a piece of...
I knew you were not going to let this go, man.
Relax. Semantics, I like the semantic game. To turn a piece of electronic equipment off and then on again when it does not work correctly, and make it start working correctly again. To change the position on the controls of a piece of equipment. To change the details of something, of a machine or piece of equipment. To turn off and then on again and return to its original settings. And then maybe, finally, to change so as to be at a different level, amount, or time. Does all of this not make some sense to you?
Not at all. Well, you asked me, but Ben, you asked. You see, Ben, we are talking about. Hold on, Ben. Let's.
Why can't I laugh again? Allow me to laugh now. You make your point.
Okay, hold on, Ben, listen. We are talking about somebody saying that he's going to reset the country. And you are talking about 10 on and 10 off.
I have given you the different meanings of reset.
We are turning on and off inflation. We are turning on and off fuel prices, LPG. We are turning on and off corruption, press freedom. There's so many things happening that.
So can I put a single question to you? All these things that you've mentioned that His Excellency John Dramani, when he wants to turn off, they did exist or did not exist in his time?
It depends on the level to which they existed.
Well, we see, now we go. Depends on what level. We see.
Which is why reset, one of the meanings says to change the level to a better one.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that
we can get into specifics. If we take the CD depreciation.
A simple question, yes and no, will do. They did exist or did not exist in his time?
We are asking you the questions, could you?
Well, we're having a conversation. So do you want us to reset this conversation?
Well, in fact, we have to go because that's all time will allow us.
Well, thank you very much. Since we are turning off to turn on another time, I will say gracias.
Makojo, as always, I know my level.
Please, let's do an encore. Let's do an encore of that song. I love it.
Oh, sir, this one. We have to go. The sports people will beat us up. So.
Kojo Poku is energy analyst and chairman.
Do I have what? Permission for using Shatawale's song? Shatawale is cool. He will not give me wahala. Kojo Poku is an energy analyst, and he joined the conversation this morning. Yeah, so are you going to reset anything this morning?
I'm going to reset my life and reassess if I want to live the next decade in this country, because
we go day inside together. Anyway, just to cap off before sports, Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic, as always, helping us bring you this segment. They're offering you prostate screening if you're a man, fertility screening if you're a woman, all for free. Their branches across Pintex, opposite the Shell signboard, Kumasi, Chronomabwe here behind the Angel Educational Complex. There's Takrady and IG State, Tema Community 22, Techiman Hanswa, and the Siaman Zama. Their call lines 0244 867 068 or 0274 234 321. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic.
The end to chronic disease.
The end to chronic disease.
I just have to chip this in. It came in yesterday from Erica from Sales.
Okay.
It's a happy birthday to her prophet. So today, happy belated birthday to Prophet Jude Ahia Batha from Jam Ministry. Papa, may all your secret prayers be answered in Jesus' name. Greater Grace General from Erica Multimedia Sales Department. Happy birthday.
Yesterday, Real Madrid did their thing in the dying embers of the game, overcoming Bayern Munich. We'll be telling you about that and more in sports. Do stay.